Right, greetings guys. I'm here with Alex Machado, the Senior Category Manager at Logitech. A Senior Category Manager, what is that?
Well, as Senior Category Manager, I'm responsible for the gaming business in Europe, primarily the marketing mix, and it means I get to come to lots of events, which is really fun because I quite like it. So, for instance, here at the Gathering. So that's, Senior Category Manager.
Right. I want also to touch a bit on Logitech Gaming in the past because the G Series is being rebranded,
Sure.
and you're going out to events much more than you used to.
Yep.
But for those who don't know, what's sort of the history of the G Series?
Well, yeah. So the G Series, we launched the G Series in 2005 at CeBIT, which is quite a well-known event, of course. And it all started with the G5 and the G7 mouse. G5, of course, a really very strong product. Then the G518X, G400, G400S today. So really a very rich, well-known product for us. And the G15 keyboard, which then started with the 18 G keys as well. So going back to 2005. But we did do gaming products before that. We did joysticks. So we have a really rich heritage in gaming. But the actual G Series itself lasted from 2005 until Wednesday last week.
Wednesday last week,
yeah.
Fantastic. We also, because I've had a lot of Logitech products over the years myself, ranging from the G15 and the MX12, and to headsets, etc. And we talked earlier about Logitech and how you incorporate science in a lot of your products, and how you're all about the science.
Sure.
And how that differs from just plain technology and you applying that.
So I mean, the Logitech G brand is really about service to gamers by using science, okay? And what we mean by science is that science is the process where we identify a problem, and I can talk through some examples of how we've used the scientific process in our products. So we identify a problem, we analyze and test various ways to solve that problem, and then we end up with technology at the end in the product that solves the problem that a gamer would have. An example would be the G400, for instance. So the G400 coming from the MX518, the G400 is a product where if you're playing, say, League of Legends, right, you're clicking a mouse roughly 2.3 times a second, okay? The average league game will last, say, 45 minutes, right? I mean, this mounts up. If you're playing around 16 hours a week, right, that's about 20 hours a week, 20 games a week, then suddenly you're clicking that mouse about 5 million times a year. Right? It's math. And then if you've got a typical mouse switch, then that's usually rated for 6 million, 8 million clicks, somewhere in there. And then
that's 1 year, and that's basically that's not even the standard warranty.
Yeah, no, exactly. So, and then this is us using science to solve that problem, because the problem is gamers demand reliability from their products. How are you going to deliver a reliable product with a 6 million or 8 million click switch if you're clicking it over 5 million times a year? I mean, you can't. So then using science, we tested different switches, and then we came out with a 20 million click switch in the 400S. So that's how we use science in the products.
Fantastic. And we actually talked about some of the products. Why don't we just go down the list of the products you are releasing? So we got the G700S, which is a rechargeable wireless.
So this is. I play a real ton of FPS games. Right now I'm playing PlanetSide 2. I could use any gaming product I want from anyone, and the one I actually use is the G700, which is becoming the G700S. This is really an awesome product. It's got the wired wireless. It's got the right number of buttons. It's really, really comfortable. The thing with gaming peripherals is that this is not someone fooling around with Excel for 20 minutes a day every couple of days, right? I mean, when you've got a session going, 4, 5, 8 12 hours, however long you're playing, it's got to be comfortable. And I find the 700S is without doubt, for me, the most comfortable. Works a treat. Yeah.
Because I've always been reluctant to use wireless for two reasons. One is battery time.
Sure. Yeah.
So we might ask you what the battery time is in use, active use, and also potential delay between receiver and the transmitter.
Sure. So the challenge with the challenge with batteries and delay and reliability and such, I mean, the whole kind of delay, reliability, my microwave is interfering with my wireless mouse, that's old-fashioned. That doesn't happen anymore, right? That's a perception thing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But the simple fact is it doesn't happen anymore, right? Now, for the battery time and such, this is a wired wireless mouse that when you're not using it, you can plug it in and charge it. Battery time will depend on usage. I've never had, when I game on the weekends and my girlfriend's away, I will easily be going 12 to 16 hours, right? And I've never had it die me once. It really depends on your usage, though. Obviously, things like the reporting rate will affect it. But the thing is, you just plug it in when you're done. It doesn't have a cradle or anything like that. Doesn't need it. It's just you can have it wired when you're not playing.
Could you, in theory, though, use the wire?
Yeah, no, you can use the wire. The thing is, the great thing about a wireless mouse, though, is a lot of mice come with weights and such.
Yeah.
We do this ourselves with the 500S. But when you use weights to counterbalance it, you're not making the problem go away, you're just covering it up. But when you take the cable away, that's really making the problem go away. You don't need weights to counterbalance it. And once you've used a wireless mouse, like the G700S, you will not go back to wired.
I might actually come over to your booth and try it.
It's really that simple. Once you've really gamed with the 700S, you will not use a wired mouse again, because you'll suddenly realize, wow, I'm dragging a cable around. You really are,
Yeah, when you think about it, that a lot of times you have to get a own cradle just for the cable.
I know the kind of things like the USB hubs and stuff with the flexible arms and everything. Yeah, I know what you mean. But the simple solution to that is use a G700S that's wired wireless, and you will suddenly realize whatever game you're doing, if you're doing like Battlefield or League, anything like that, Heroes, whatever, any game where you need quick, accurate reactions, you will not go back to a wireless mouse once you've tried this product.
Fantastic. We also talked about earlier about the G600, which isn't a new product you're releasing, but you had a good example for how you use existing gamers, focus groups, and teams, professional esports at this.
So the G600 is a really great product, and it's a good example of how we've used the scientific process to make a product better at the end. So one of the cool things about the G600 is, so it's an MMO mouse, okay? The problem that MMO gamers face is they're pretty complex games, and there's two ways to navigate a game. You can either do, when you're starting out, you're all about the menus, but the challenge with that is it's quite slow. And then as you kind of build your sophistication up through gaming, you become much more macro, hotkey. You know what I mean, right?
I know what you mean.
So you'll be doing your key bindings. Okay, so the G600 has 12 thumb buttons.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the challenge is, and this is the problem we identified, using science, is that that's quite complex. You've got to know quickly where your thumb is, what the next command is. And we actually did something with the G600. If you look at the product, it's got double dish design on the buttons, and that helps gamers navigate where their thumb is and which command they're going to do. Now, we used science, the scientific process with that is because when we were designing the product, we thought that a single dish design would be most effective. We thought that's what people would want, but we actually used a gamer focus group, which we've got. We have one in the US, we're setting up one here in Europe as well. And we also work with select teams, like really pleased about the upcoming partnership with Lions, because when we get feedback, then we incorporate it in, because really the gamers that are using the products, following the pro teams, the elite teams, these are the feedbacks that we want, right? So we tested the single dish, the double dish, and surprisingly, the focus groups came back, the gamers panel came back saying the double dish was actually the best one. So that's why when you use the G600, it's really easy to navigate with with thumbs. It's a really very, very comfortable product. So yeah, that's how we use both science and real gamers' feedback in a product.
Yeah, and the result is better products.
Yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, science is about service to the gamers, and that's really what Logitech G is about, is the inner confidence the gamer has that the product is proven, it's tested, it's got science inside that's led to a technology that's going to solve a problem for them.
Absolutely. Let's move on. This is the one that piqued my interest the most, because I saw the DPI. We were talking about the G500S,
yes.
the laser mouse, which is of course very suitable for FPS.
Yep.
It goes as low as to 200 DPI, and goes as high as to 8,200. And the one that really sparked my interest was the adjustable center of gravity.
Sure. Yes. So the weights on the product. Yeah. This is something that if you're going to use a wired mouse, then you really need this, because you are dragging a cable around, and this is the way to counterbalance that. The 500S, really good product. You mentioned the DPI, but a gaming mouse is really about a lot more than just the DPI. There's got to have
the feel.
Yeah, exactly. It's the feel. In all the research that I've seen, and I'm really whatever number of hours a week gaming you classify as a hardcore gamer is, and I've seen everything 16 hours, 20 hours, and more. I become a hardcore gamer by Thursday, every single week, and so I really know. And when I say this, that there's more about it than the DPI. Yeah, it's got to feel right. It's about comfort. All the research indicates it's comfort and designed for gaming. That's what people are really interested in. And designed for gaming is, there's a lot that goes into that. DPI is one of those things, but there's also things like button placement, for instance, the G600. There's also the wired wireless options, and DPI is definitely in that mix, but there's other stuff too.
Yeah, definitely, because you see people still using like the Intel E3 and the MX518, and I think a lot of that has to do with the good design and actually comfort and reliability. So
absolutely, and that's really the key thing, is the inner confidence and the proven and the tested product.
Yeah. Because a lot of times it can be confusing to go out and try to get a new mouse as well.
Yep.
Talking about the MX518, the G400S comes up.
Yeah.
Continuing the old legacy.
Yeah. So this is a really exciting product. It's really a rich legacy. Everyone knows the MX518, and the G5, the whole history. Then it was the G400. Now it's the G400S. This is really an essential kit for gamers. It's very comfortable, classic design. It's a rich legacy product for us.
Absolutely, and I think every gamer at some point should be at least trying it out.
Absolutely, you should definitely try it out. If you've not, then you really owe it to yourself. You owe it to your clan, platoon, outfit, performance, whatever game you play. They're all called differently, but you owe it to yourself and your gaming buddies for sure.
Absolutely, and you have a new MOBA and RTS mouse, the G100.
We do, yeah. So G100S, this is it's a MOBA and it's an RTS optimized. So it's quite a streamlined design. It's quite a simple product to use. It's quite comfortable. And the key thing with it is again, it's got the proven and tested 20 million click switches in it, because this is really what you need. If you're playing RTS and you're clicking really a lot.
Yeah, like StarCraft?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know the StarCraft figures off the top of my head, but I know the average League player is clicking 2.3 times a second. Now, that's obviously a different type of game, but nevertheless, you need a product that is going to last that. Yeah, and 20 million clicks, that's going to last a couple of years. If you've got a mouse that's only lasting 6 to 8 million clicks, and the average player's clicking, over 5 million times a year, then you're talking 1 year. That's not acceptable.
Yeah. Certainly. So it's about ensuring quality and durability.
Yes, absolutely, and tested and proven. Yeah, because it's about an inner confidence. You've got to have faith in the products. It's not about flashy LEDs, a particular color on your product. It's really about, I know that this product is going to give me the performance that I need.
Absolutely. Moving on, you are releasing two new keyboards as well, the G19S.
Yeah.
With anti-ghosting and extreme durability as well.
So the G19S and the G510S, we have an inner mantra at Logitech when we talk about gaming keyboards. And what we demand of our gaming keyboards is relentless reliability, okay? And relentless reliability, the fact that we demand that of ourselves, that gives gamers the confidence that their product is proven and it's testable and it's relentlessly reliable. The 19S and the 510S, they both have a couple of features that really give a good benefit, and that is the game panel design, okay? Because when you're gaming, there's all sorts of instances when extra information is needed, but you don't want to alt-tab out of your game, and not everyone's got the luxury of two monitors or more, Examples, I use TeamSpeak all the time, and on TeamSpeak, it helps if you know who's speaking. Now, you learn people's voices, but it helps if you see their name as well,
Yeah, if you're rating and there's 20 people on.
Absolutely. And you could use something like the overlay, but some games don't like that. If Buster picks you up because you've got the TeamSpeak overlay, you're not going to be happy, and then suddenly you're banned. Yeah. So there's other examples as well. With today's multi-core setups, it helps to know the utilization of your cores, how much RAM's being used, that sort of thing. And you can do that on the game panel and many other features as well. There's independent developers out there that are making programs for the game panel.
Yeah, there's so many add-ons for the G series panels. It's insane how much it's just skyrocketed.
Yeah, no, it's really amazing. And what it all comes down to is just the ability for a gamer to be more immersed in their game, because they can get whatever information they view is critical to them, just as the game is, core setup, TeamSpeak, whatever. It's integrated into quite a few games as well. Well, thanks, these sort of things. It's really good technology for us.
Yeah, wonderful. Do you want to just keep going and go to the headsets?
Yeah, sure. So we have 4 headsets. We're announcing two brand new products, and then we have 2 existing products as well. So our top of the line product that will give you 7.1 and do that for you wirelessly is the G930. This is an outstanding product, a wireless 7.1. Okay. Noise cancelling mic. It's really it's the product I actually use myself because wireless, it's fantastic at 7.1, and everyone knows the benefit of 7.1 if you're playing something like Battlefield or COD, whatever your game is. I'm an FPS player, so I use an FPS example, right? And you can tell, someone's pointing the knife out from back right, back left. It's from front right, front left. Very, very good. The 2 new products are the G230 and the G430. The G430 is €79 and it's 7.1. So it's got a couple of benefits as well. It's got removable washable ear cups because I'll use my own example. Your ears get sweaty after a while, right? So it's nice to be able to wash the ear cups. And
or hair products or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It gets messy.
That's a nicer way than saying my ears get sweaty. Yeah, sure. So 2 brand new headsets. Very excited about them both. Particularly excited about the G430. They will really do something. They'll really be good for gamers, I believe.
Yeah. And you had some Dolby technology in there as well?
Yes, that's true. They are Dolby compliant. Yes.
Yeah. So it might actually give gamers some satisfaction when they watch movies as well on the computers.
Yeah, sure. At the end of the day, the products are optimized for gaming, but gaming peripherals are like the Formula One of computer peripherals. Gaming demands a certain level of performance, a certain level of reliability, and then you can apply that to really anything. Yeah. If you want something that is going to be, proven, it's going to be tested, it's going to be very, very reliable, then you want a gaming product, and what you do with that gaming product, if you want to watch a movie with it, sure. I mean, at LAN events, Gathering, DreamHack, these sort of things. I spend a lot of time at events. I go to 8 or more a year, when you're walking around, people have always got downtime, they're always watching movies as well. So these will work for that too.
Yeah, it's a part of the life of a gamer, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So what's the road ahead for you?
Well, we've got a very exciting product roadmap. I mean, today we're talking about a couple products, but when we have this discussion this time next year, then we will have a host of new products out as well. A few exciting things which I can't talk about, but we've definitely got some good plans. We are really happy to be working with Lions. So we're looking forward to a really good partnership there. Really excited to be here at the Gathering. I mean, I've been to the Gathering a couple times now. Never as Logitech. Here we are. This is our first time doing that, but I mean, I have been to the Gathering before. This is now my third Easter in Norway, for example. At the Gathering, and so we're really partnering up as well with some organizations like DreamHack. We were big partners with DreamHack last year. We're continuing that this year as well. So if you're coming to Jönköping, then really look forward to you coming and visiting us then as well. So generally we are really focused on giving gamers the products they want, and really focused on providing products and service of gamers.
Yeah, fantastic. And we're happy to have you here as well. So
happy to be here.
Yeah. So I think that's it. So thank you so much for coming here and giving some information about your products and the Logitech G series.
My pleasure.
And I think that's about it.